Hello, you're tuning in to 15 minutes of VNA News Bulletin. I'm Bihan from Hanoi with the major stories.
Planning investment sector urged to pioneer in 5 areas. PV gas proactive in green transition in energy. And later on, Dong Thap launches project to revive Saris crane population.
Let's begin our bulletin with the latest news. More details in the following report.
Attending a conference of the Ministry of Planning and Investment to review performance of the sector and set tasks for 2025 held in Hanoi on December 28, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh asked the planning and investment sector to take the pioneering role in 5 major areas to, together with the whole nation, make breakthroughs in completing targets in 2025, in the 2021 to 2025 tenure. The sector should also pioneer in innovation, digital transformation, green transition, promoting creative economy, and nighttime economy, in association with economic reform, and enhancing state statistics and establishing a comprehensive national database, the PM said. The government leader urged the planning investment sector to show better performance in regulating the macroeconomy, while actively building socio-economic development scenarios got 2025 and following years, keeping a close watch on regional and global developments, strengthening forecast and alerting activities, and proposing solutions to remove difficulties for businesses, promote growth and control inflation. Alongside, the planning investment sector should focus on restructuring the economy in line with transforming the growth model and seek new economic models, encouraging startups, and enhancing the quality of statistics gathering activities, he said. At Petro Vietnam's conference on December 28 to review 2024 performance and set tasks for 2025, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh directed the company to reorganize into a national industrial energy group. Highlighting 2024 as a pivotal year, he lauded Petro Vietnam's record-breaking revenue of over 1 quadrillion Vietnam dong, contributing nearly 9% of Vietnam's GDP and state budget. The Prime Minister commended Petro Vietnam's progress in offshore wind energy and global energy integration, aligning with national strategies. He urged the company to accelerate restructuring in governance, technology, and market expansion, while maintaining excellence in oil and gas operations. He also called for innovation, digital transformation, and enhanced safety measures to ensure sustainable growth. Setting ambitious goals for 2025, the Prime Minister tasked Petro Vietnam with achieving 15–20% annual growth, contributing to an 8% national GDP rise. He expressed confidence in the company's leadership and workforce to sustain its critical role in national energy security and economic development, emphasizing its alignment with Vietnam's aspirations for prosperity and modernization.
With domestic gas resources declining faster than expected, PV gas has prioritized green transition for long-term growth, focusing on liquefied natural gas or LNG as a key product to keep abreast with global energy transition trends.
PV Gas manages Ty LNG Terminal, the first LNG import terminal in Vietnam. It oversees the LNG supply chain, reception, storage, and distribution, while ensuring coordination, innovation, safety, and efficiency.
The central control room is key to operations. It manages control systems, works with field operators to optimize processes, adjusts equipment, and handles startups and shutdowns within safe limits.
With the opening of the Ty LNG terminal, PV Gas has been receiving LNG shipments at its Vung Tau facility, ensuring steady gas supply for electricity generation as domestic gas production declines and electricity demand rises, especially during the dry season.
Đặc biệt trong năm 2024 thì
In 2024, LNG shipments to PV Gas's Vung Tau facility have been essential for maintaining the power supply during the peak dry season, supporting economic growth in the southeast and stabilizing the national grid.
Đảm bảo duy trì cái hệ thống điện không bị thiếu điện.
With challenges in developing new gas sources, PV Gas is focusing on LNG trade as a key growth driver. The company is also researching zero-emission gases, like green hydrogen and ammonia for use in its existing infrastructure, in collaboration with PetroVietnam.
Để chuẩn bị cho việc trở thành một trụ cột của tập đoàn
PV Gas is committed to leading Vietnam's energy industry by investing in LNG infrastructure, developing green hydrogen and ammonia projects, and working toward the country's net zero emissions commitment made by the Prime Minister at COP26.
Giảm phát thải ròng về không theo định hướng của Thủ tướng Chính phủ tại COP26.
PV Gas plans to raise its LNG infrastructure capacity to 15 million tons per year by expanding the Ty terminal and building the Son Mi terminal along with 2 new central LNG terminals to meet the needs outlined in Vietnam's Power Development Plan 8. Recently, PV Gas achieved another milestone by successfully transporting LNG from the southern region to the north by train. This completes the company's gas supply chain, which now includes pipelines, roads, waterways, and railway. With this, PV Gas offers diverse gas products, flexible and comprehensive gas transport options and package supply, supporting its commitment to green energy and Vietnam's net zero goals from COP26.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has signed a decision issuing the strategy for developing Vietnam's semiconductor industry by 2030 with a vision to 2050.
In the first from 2024 to 2030, Vietnam will make use of geopolitical and workforce advantages, selectively attract foreign direct investment (FDI), establish itself as one of the global semiconductor manpower centers, and grow fundamental capacity in all steps, from research, design, and manufacturing to packaging and testing. In the second from 2030 to 2040, it will work to become a global semiconductor and electronics center, while developing the semiconductor and electronics industries that combine both self-reliance and FDI. For the third phase from 2040 to 2050, it looks to become one of the world's leaders in the semiconductor and electronics industries and master research and development in these fields. Besides, Vietnam will complete a self-reliant semiconductor industry ecosystem, taking the lead in some steps and segments of the production chain during 2040 to 2050, according to the strategy.
HCM Citys tourism industry has hosted a number of tourism promotion events abroad. These efforts not only contribute to enhancing diplomatic relations between Vietnam and its global partners, but also open up opportunities to attract more visitors to the city.
These tourists are Vietnamese living in Australia and the US who have come to Vietnam to enjoy the year-end holiday in Ho Chi Minh City. They are taking in the scenic views along the riverfront in the city center. The overseas Vietnamese said they are impressed by the city's development when watching the city from a water bus on Saigon River.
We should showcase our country's beautiful natural landscapes to the world, not only to people in Vietnam but also those returning from abroad.
To make Ho Chi Minh City more well-known to foreign tourists, the tourism industry has brought local tourism products to various markets such as the US, Australia, Singapore, and Laos. Tourism promotion events abroad usually feature a diverse range of activities, from displays of publications, gifts, and specialties, to traditional handicraft activities such as making figurines from rice powder and folding coconut leaves, along with performances of traditional musical instruments by Vietnamese artists. The city also hosts the annual International Travel Expo to expand Vietnam's international tourism market, boosting the flow of visitors between countries and optimizing revenue from tourism activities. Ho Chi Minh City welcomed more than 4.6 million foreign visitors in the first 10 months of 2024, up nearly 13% compared to the same period last year, according to the Municipal Department of Tourism.
Hanoi is set to ring in the new year 2025 with spectacular firework displays at 5 locations and celebrations at 30 venues for the Lunar New Year or Tết, the biggest holiday of the Vietnamese people.
Firework displays will take place at 5 locations across Hanoi, including Hon Kim, Ha Dong, and Nam Tu Liam districts, as well as Sun Tay Township and Dong On district. These dazzling shows will illuminate the capital's sky from midnight to 12:15 a.m. on January 1, 2025. On Lunar New Year's Eve, January 29, 2025, the city will stage fireworks at 30 locations, including high-altitude shows combined with low-altitude displays. The shows will begin at midnight on January 29th, marking the arrival of the Lunar New Year.